And today we have Lukian here. So happy that we have her here. So we're gonna talk about some of the mental health issues. Like we all talk about to be true to yourself, stay true to yourself all the time. We say that all the time. And self-love. But it's still quite easy for us to fall into the expectation from others, from this society or from the people that are around you. It was a very bold move for you to, break the beauty standards, the stereotype beauty standards. So what kind of process that you went through mentally? What kind of process you went through?
Well, first of all, I always found girls that had shaved head really pretty. So at first I thought it was really beautiful first, cool. But then actually doing it didn't require much courage because once you did the first move, it's done. You have to do the rest of it.
Yeah.
But I think it's everything afterwards that you really need to take in. It's everything that comes after. Yeah, it's afterwards, like people's judgments, people's words. Yeah. Like you really need to be sort of thick-skinned to handle everything that comes afterwards because I feel like my shaved head was like a human filter for me. Like after I shaved my head, like everyone's true color came out.
Oh yeah.
And I lost a lot of, I lost friends, I lost jobs, I lost, a lot of it. But in the end of the day, I felt like I won because the feeling that I had from having shaven my head, it's so freeing from all people's standards and of course my own standards as well. So I feel like that feeling, no one would understand that feeling unless they've done it. So I mean, that felt really good and amazing for me. So I didn't really care much about the other people. But yeah, it's a very harsh reality and to deal with when it's people that you care about.
It must be liberating when you do that. And afterwards, you said that you lost friends and you lost jobs.
Yeah.
What is the most feedback that you got from the people around you? Like the most feedback?
It was mostly like, I think it's more of, it's not really a question, but I think it's a statement that they say. It's like a quote that they say that kind of, it like blood boils, which is more like, you were prettier with hair.
What?
Why would you do that if you were pretty?
But what do you know about being not pretty or not?
No, I just thought that, are you saying I'm not pretty now? And then they'll be like, no, but you'll be prettier with hair. Why would you do that? And I was like,
and that triggers you.
Yeah, that triggers because I feel like, if someone's pretty or not, or beautiful or not, it's not from your hair. If your hair is what like identifies, if that's your identifier, then we got an issue because hair, I feel like it's more like an accessory or a piece of clothing because we can cut it, we can style it, we can do whatever we want, and it grows back.
Yeah.
So, for someone to tell me that, I'm prettier with hair, it kind of annoys me that it's so shallow, Yeah, because I feel like no matter what hairstyle someone has, if they're pretty, they're pretty.
Yeah, exactly. And the beauty standard should be your standard too.
Yeah, well, I like to just tell them that, well, my hair will grow back, but your personality is very telling. Well, you just distance yourself from that person. But like I said, like you sort of see people, another side of people. Yeah, and then you start to have like girlfriends and friends that stop hanging out with you. Yeah,
I had that too.
And jobs that, of course, jobs I understand because they want a specific look, but jobs also, or
That used to be quite triggering to me. That affected me quite a lot. Losing a friendship, having a bad relationship with someone used to be my friend. But slowly, I realized that what other people do to you is like a reflection of how they are.
Well, they're really just mirroring their own insecurities on you because I feel like if someone feels like, oh, I would never do that because if I did cut my hair, I would feel like I'm not good looking enough. So they project that on you, So what people say to you is often more reflective of what they're like or what they feel. And I also I think I went out once and there was a girl that told me that she asked if I was single. And I was like, yeah, I'm single. And she said, oh, but I mean, you're not married, you're single, you don't have a boyfriend. I was like, yeah, no, I don't. And she said, then why would you shave your head? I was like, because it's a hairstyle. And then she said, yeah, but don't you know, but guys often prefer girls with long hair. Like, then are you not worried that you're not gonna be like, get married, you'll be lonely? And
I don't give a damn for what boys like.
But I think in my mind, I was like, yeah, but then if the guy would judge me from my hair, then he's not the guy for me. Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, like, I feel like the people I met with my shaved head, they're way better people. Like, I think I had it's absolutely like a filter.
Yeah.
Like, it filters out all the shallow people first. You still have people that have the weird bold fetish, but you filter that yourself. But yeah, so you have the people that are just more down to earth, you know, and
more
I have
genuine.
Yeah, so I met people that were like, I meet up with people for first time on dates, of course they would ask, like, oh, I just want to ask, is it a health thing or, is it like a choice? Yeah, so I was like, yeah, it's a choice. And then they'll be like, oh, that's really cool, And the people that I meet, there's just so much more like depth to these people, and like you can have a proper conversation with them that's not like just shallow and like, yeah, exactly, superficial. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I loved my time with my bald head.
Are you always think this kind of affirmation to yourself, or did you go through anything to feel this way?
Yeah, I had a really bad year last year, but actually in general, yeah, I'm someone that has very high confidence, and I have all these I say affirmations to myself every day. Even before I learned about it, like I do it every day. But of course, certain things happen in life that you cannot control. And then, so when that happens, often you sort of try to grab on harder to everything you want. When you start losing things, you start to hold on to everything that you have harder. But then the more you hold on to things, the more you lose. Like sometimes they say in Chinese, like one bad thing comes after another. Like once you start it's like a domino effect, So it was like one thing after another. And the more I tried to hold on to more things, because I was losing a lot of things, I realized everything. I lost everything. Until the moment that I went, F it. Take it. I don't need anything. Yeah. And then I was just living my day every day, and then everything started coming back. More and more things came back without you having any control. So in the industry where it's so materialistic and so, sometimes you don't need to think about any of that. You just keep doing you.
How do you balance being true to yourself and being arrogant? Like, how do you find a balance between these two?
I think it depends on how people see it. Like people find me, like you could find me like arrogant, or some people, oh, she's a very high confident person, or they could be like, oh, she's very arrogant, or she's so bitchy, So it's just different wording, It's like, it's a bit like when a man's being a bit of a, being a bit stuck up, oh, he's very manly, he's very, he's very assertive. But when a woman does it, it's like, oh, she's a bitch, So it really depends on what words you want to use, or is she just very confident who she is? Or does she really know what she wants? That's why she doesn't give a damn about anything else. But I think it's just the wording. Everything's the wording. I always believe like the same thing can be said in different ways.
Yeah, I realized that a lot of my questions are how other people think about us, and I do think that was my mindset before. But after talking to you, I realized one thing, because every answer that you gave me, it's mainly talking about it doesn't really matter what people say about you.
Perception is reality. Yeah. So your perception is the reality. It's a bit like, I don't know if you've seen the movie like Shower How. What he sees is the most important. Yeah. It doesn't matter if whatever anyone else sees, it's what he sees.
Yeah. He sees a gorgeous girl.
Yeah. And that's all that mattered. Yeah. So it was outside people that were trying to convince him, like, no, your girl's really like fat and ugly, But he didn't see it that way. So it doesn't really matter. So that's why I really believe that we really need to fix our perception on what we see things. Like when something bad happens, we always ask why. Why did that happen to me? Why is this bad thing happening to me? Or you can see it as a blessing in disguise. Yes, why did this happen to me? Is it making room for something better? Or why did this guy cheat on me? What was wrong with me? Or was the universe making him screw up because he wasn't a good guy and was going to give you someone better? So there's a lot of ways to see things. It's like, even I have trouble seeing that sometimes, but in the end, a lot of things actually are working in your favor, so long as you believe it to be. Like, like when I went through what I did last year, I felt like the world was like against me. Yeah. I felt like anything I did was wrong, and I was just like lying there like, okay, take me away now. But the thing is, in the end, I realize now, I saw it in a way that and it's moving me somewhere that I will be truly happy. So the people I started meeting, the work I started getting, and I felt happier. And once I released it, instead of holding on to these people or places or things that no longer serve me or no longer helped me in any way in my growth, then I started growing. Then more things started coming, because they always say you have to make room for things to come. It's like you only have 1 gigabyte here, you have to clear out some space for new things to come in. So you should always save space for the most important things. And not be afraid to lose things. Because most things that come into your life are either a lesson. Some people are here to stay, but some people are not. They're just there for like that chapter of life to teach you something, experience something, and then bye-bye, and then wait for the next person to come along to see what they give you. So yeah, not everyone's there for life, sadly. And I think that's the one issue that a lot of people have, is that that's why a lot of people want everyone to like them. I want everyone to like me. Because I don't know, yeah, exactly. And because they think that all these people are going to be in their life forever.
Yeah.
And when you realize how little actually people think of you,
you
think of how silly it is.
Oh yeah, that's, you know what, last year I was going through a lot of mental issues, and my dad told me one thing. He was like, baby, you don't have that much audience. He was like,
I love it.
Not that many people are watching you, actually. You don't have to take yourself that seriously.
I said that to my mom. She was pissed. So she was like, my mom had a similar thing where she felt like everyone, I think a lot of people worried about judgment from other people. So my mother was always like, what would people think? And I was like, who are you? At least she said, who are you?
Who do you think you are?
Like, are you someone really famous? Who are you? No one gives a damn about you, And of course it hurts. It's like I was like, how many friends do you have? Like, you don't have that many people around you, okay? No one cares about you, okay? So that's the thing, like we always think we're more important than we really are.
Oh yeah.
Of course we love to be important. I mean, my affirmations tell me that I'm important, but like we really are that important in other people's life, because we are all the main character in our own lives. Everyone else is just a side cast, So you might think you're the main character because you're living this life and you're in first person point of view, but then to everyone else, you're just like, you're just here.
Supporting role.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, maybe NPC, exactly. You say the same thing every day. Good morning, good night, I'm not gonna care about you.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. Thank you
for the word.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Lukian Wang. I just want to say, discover your Cashmere voice.